Hello, everyone. Welcome on back to Moss Valley. All right. Well, I hit the wrong button. All right. Well, we have the slurry is full on the cow, so that will be done first, or I should say the water buffalo. Then we have that field down there. I was planning on putting cotton in, and then this one up here I want to say was oats. I think that was the plan. Yeah, I don't know if we have. Would we be able to do this whole field in cotton and complete it within a 2 month period? It would be really tough. It'd be really tough. I think 26 would be enough, So I think we'll do it that way. It seems to be the better of the two ideas. Where is that? Should be animals. Is it down here? I think. Or is it barrels? Yeah, it's barrels. I just do the XL. I know it's unrealistic, but it just so I can do it in one trip versus several, and I just lease it, and then we can sell the slurry. It really doesn't make sense for us to buy a fertilizer spreader or a slurry spreader because it wouldn't go very far, so it really wouldn't help us that much in the end. Then yeah, it'll be over 2 months, but we'll be getting the oats and the cotton planted today. That is at least the plan. I know we have water buffalo milk that should be sold today, but that's not something that we have to sell immediately. It could be, we can wait until later into the year. It's not that huge of a deal. It's not like we desperately need the money. If we did, then yeah, I would go and sell that right now, but it's not a huge need. So more than likely will happen is once we get done with the cotton field, we'll have to go to next month. And next month we'll have to do the weeds for the cotton field, and then we'll plant the oats. And that should be everything we have to do that month. Yeah, I have decided I think this will kind of be the final, I guess, quote, year of Moss Valley. The thing is, I've kind of always, when I've sold product, I try to sell them at the higher prices. So I usually always pick, 2-3 months or so, and like, all right, this is the time when everything's going to be sold. It's going to be one of these 2-3 months. So I try to find, the best months for everything. Obviously, sometimes maybe for one product, it might be a month later than it should be, but it makes things a little bit quicker to go by than go month by month to sell every little bit at its absolute highest. We can, bulk sell things and that kind of stuff. Makes it a little bit quicker, but that'll be a little bit from now. Let's get this here picked up. And I'm also say that because, so for example, we'll be putting soybeans in, right? That'll be harvested in October, November, right? It's not a high price until June, July. So I'm obviously, this June, July, I'm going to sell whatever we have now. But then next year, we'll just sell whatever we have left. Granted, I could just sell it all next year. That's 205,000 liters. Maybe I'll sell like 2 truckloads this year, then I'll sell the rest next or something. I don't know, there's a lot of money there, though. Yeah, a lot of the products will be done, honestly, by then. I did move all the wheat into the mill, so that is slowly working through. But like the hay, I think a lot of that will probably be worked through by the water buffalo. So yeah, all the wheat is being processed through the mill there, and then being brought over to the bakery. I figured I'd do the wheat first, mainly because we actually had a little bit more of it, like 10, 15,000 liters more than the sorghum. but it's actually worth less than the sorghum is. So I figured, well, I'll obviously use the sorghum to feed like the chickens, but if we're being, money-wise, what's going to be best it would be to turn the wheat into flour to be made into bread. And obviously with sorghum, I can use it for chickens, like I said, but it is a better price to sell usually, just straight up sell. So whatever I have left, I can sell. It's also possible that maybe if we work through the flour and everything quick enough, maybe we'll look to turn that into flour and bread as well. I went to wrong area. So it's possible we'll still do some of the sorghum. Because it would still be better into bread versus obviously just selling it as sorghum. But, if I had to keep one, I'm going to keep the sorghum. And then actually I think cotton, I want to say is like March or something for best price. February, March. So that'll be another one where I kind of have to figure out when am I going to be selling these things. Chances are we'll probably end up doing like November, December, somewhere in there, because we have products in there like eggs. I think the water buffalo's in there. And while bread is in that area as well. Then like cotton we'll do another time, and then obviously soybeans at some point. Alright, well, I didn't really see how much that was worth. I'm not going to lie. I was not paying attention to how much money we had prior to that either. So we will return that, and we can get back to the farm. We'll grab the John Deere, and we'll probably have to fill up the planter is my guess. Then we'll get to planting cotton. As soon as we get that done, which shouldn't take too terribly long, we can start working on the oats, well, which will be next month. So obviously I'll go to next month in there. But yeah, this will be the final time planting these two fields. Then obviously when we hit the soybeans, to be the same way, it'll be the final time planting that. What crop do I have in that top field? I'm not sure. I did it so long ago. I planted it so long ago. I forget what crop I had in there. Might want to check, because obviously I need to know which month that is going to be ready. Oh, it is canola. Canola is ready in, let's see, August, September. That doesn't line up very well for cotton then. Well, I guess July, August for oats. So I'll just drive through a different field. I'll just finish out 33, and then I do have to drive through this field to hit 31. That way we can stay out of the cotton field. I still have a little bit of soybeans in there. I still have a little bit of wheat in here. Oh, probably from putting food in there. So I'll just put the rest in there. They'll be needing food in the next couple of months as well, so basically just preparing for that pretty soon. And let's grab that. Yeah, probably some liquid fertilizer at least. And I mean, honestly, if possible, some seeds. We got 3 fields obviously in total to plant still, so it's going to require a lot. There's no variable seed rate, so we will actually be using quite a few seeds for this then. Yeah, we'll do that in, well, one of our smaller fields, because obviously a cotton harvester is not the largest thing in the world. So I don't want to have it in one of these huge fields, because we have 2 months to do the harvest. And, if it was in like this field here, or even this one here, we would need 2 to 3 cotton harvesters going just to get it finished. I think 2 would probably do it in 2 months. Probably. So I've done huge cotton harvests in the past. 2 has been the key. Alright, put steering assist on. Even though, admittedly, it is not the best for this field. And we'll get it lowered and turned on. Alright, well, I think we'll probably just go ahead and start the time lapse for this. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Watch my life pass me by, never knowing where I belong in a web of love and lies as you string me along. And I can't breathe, I can't see, I'm losing sight of everything. I feel the walls closing in, and we're falling apart. Oh, I just wanna be free, I just wanna be free. Think I'm falling apart. Oh, I just wanna be free, free.
Alright, so we're just about done here with the cotton. We'll get everything folded on up, and we'll move over to that field soon. Not this month, but we'll be doing oats in that field. We really didn't use much for seeds, which I kind of was surprised, because it said there's no variable seed rate, and usually that means you're going to use a absolute ton. But that was not the case, so not going to complain. We used 3% on that. Alright, so let's go and we'll go to the next month. Then we'll have to quickly do the spraying for that field, because if I wait too long, then obviously that is not going to be great. It's going to look like the canola field that we planted. How there's tall weeds, and I think we got all the weeds, but yeah, it doesn't look great. I want to say there might have been crop destructions on that already. I'm not sure, because no, I don't think there was. There is a point where it hits, it does have it, but I don't think we had it at that point yet. It's hard to remember. 10 excess pigs. What are the price for the pigs? Can check that. They're not the max, so I guess, it's not that big of a deal if it gets delayed a little bit. Yeah, was there any missed was there any missed pieces for this? No, that's just the little trails and tracks and stuff, so. Yeah, we'll have to get into this field right away. We'll get that one sprayed. Shouldn't take too long. I'm not too concerned about that. And then we'll obviously we'll get that field all planted with oats, which probably will take a little bit, but it won't take, forever to do. We do have the daily routing for Thor, so I should get that done, obviously, now before it gets too late and it gets forgotten. I prefer that not to have happen, but it has happened before. Where I'll end up being, skipping through months and I'll end up forgetting doing the daily riding or something. So, get this going. Yeah, the oats, I'm not sure if we'll end up doing, like, flour with it. I really don't know if we'd have the time. Yeah, I think, is it ready July, August? How's the current rate going through here? It went through quite a bit, basically half. There's a ton of flour in there. It doesn't move it over quick enough. We might be able to do it. It's going to create multiple loads of bread. I see that happening right now. But, I mean, if that's what we gotta do, that's what we gotta do. Whatever's gonna obviously make the most money. We'll kind of see where we're at, I think. And kind of see where that is sitting. And then, obviously, kind of figure it out. Because I think it's July, August when that is supposed to be ready. Yeah. Which should give us plenty of time. We'll see how much we get from it as well. That's kind of another important thing. If we get an absolute ton of it, I'm not going to put it all in there. But if, you know, we ran out of the wheat and we had, you know, we get, I don't know, 60,000 liters from the harvest. Yeah, I'll probably put that in there. Why not? At that point, that's not a ton. Should easily be able to run through that in 2 months' time, whatever. But, you know, we'll kind of see. It's hard to say. We probably get more than that. Oats does yield fairly well, so, for the amount. Generally speaking, a lot of the crops, outside of some stragglers, they're fairly similar price-wise. They're just obviously different amounts you get. So obviously, like soybeans, it's worth, I don't know, it's like 3,500, something like that on the easy economy difficulty. But then, yeah, let's get to New Holland here. But then that's going to yield less for the amount than a wheat would, which is like 1,200. Well, I am just going to do a short little time lapse. We'll get this field finished up nice and quick. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, so we're just about done with the spraying here. Then the cotton field is all just, you know, ready. It's just, we just gotta wait. We just gotta do the waiting part of it. Yeah, then obviously we gotta get the oats here planted today as well. I think that's everything. It's hard to say because I have a tough time seeing the weeds. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have folded it when I did. There's just a little bit in here. I think I see one of the weeds. I should probably make sure I'm actually backing up straight. That would be nice and not jackknife it. Oh, there you go. I see it spraying a little bit in there, so that should be good now. Yes, much, much better. Alright, so we'll get this brought back to the barn, and then we'll obviously have to hop into the John Deere. We get this whole field here planted of oats. Usually this one, there's parts in the field I don't always follow the lines for steering system, especially around the wind turbine there. It doesn't always go the greatest, so sometimes it's best just to kind of follow your own path in that case. Alright, let's get to the John Deere. Already switched over to oats. Yeah, these long stretches for this field, perfect. It's just the up in this top corner up here. There's a lot of obviously just small little tight turns and stuff, and you know, with this size of a drill, it can be a little bit tough, but off we go. Yeah, you can see it's obviously like a tight corner right in here, and then obviously you gotta go around the wind turbine at one point. It's tight in here. It doesn't always probably get planted as well as it could. I don't know. That was actually a pretty good job planting right there. For what it's worth, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, then I missed a bunch there, so. Yeah. These corners just on this top piece can be kind of tough to hit everything. It looks like we're not using much fertilizer. That's kind of nice to see. And well, hopefully the nitrogen will be good this time. Says it is. Because during our last harvest, we got docked a ton. I'm not sure if our environmental score is recouped yet, but it took a hit on nitrogen. It was primarily this field that took the biggest hit. I knew this field would take a hit just because it was our first time planting it or harvesting it. This one was my fault because I didn't get in there. This one doesn't make any sense because I planted it with a direct drill that had, I planted it with this drill, so I don't know why it wouldn't obviously have nitrogen. If I hover over this one, it should be good though. Perfect. Well, yeah, because I should have had it the first time, but we'll see. 'Cause that one's canola too, so we'll see if that one's messed up or anything. Be interesting to see. The last harvest in this was canola, so I'd just be intrigued to see if there's any weird issues like that. Oh, well, I think we'll just go ahead and finish this out with a nice little time lapse. So I'll tell everyone once the time lapse is done.
Watch my life pass me by, never knowing where I belong in a web of love and lies. As you string me along, and I can't breathe, I can't see. I'm losing sight of everything. I feel the walls closing in, closing in. I feel the fire burns. I feel the fire burns.
Alright, so we're just about done here with the oat planting. Yeah, just like that, we only have one more field left. One more field, and then every single field will be planted for the final time. Wow, that is, it's crazy how fast time flies, but I think we're at episode 26 for this? 27? And we'll be in the 30s by the time it finishes. Which is fairly regular for me, so. We've seen a lot of the map. We've obviously did a bunch of different stuff. I just saw Thor teleport. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but he teleported from one side of the pen to the other. That's a little bit freaky, but yeah, we've obviously seen a lot of things go on in here, and we've done a lot of different things. But there comes the time when you do have to move on, and I think we're about there. We are about there, and I am intrigued to see what the future holds. Obviously, different map, different scenery, different equipment, different challenges ahead. But yeah, we've obviously easily have conquered this map in the sense of we have $1 million. Yeah, did we buy a bunch of fields during it? No. We didn't, and that's primarily because we had not only seasonal growth, so we had limited time, but we also obviously we have really large fields, so it kind of takes a while to obviously get them planted, and takes a while to get them harvested. So it's a catch-22. But anyways, that is everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.